Alright, video update. So, I got the handles put in on the windows. I got the light fixture installed in here. I still got to put the tile up in here. I've got the sink in. I need to put the front on that. As I started putting the new flooring down, a couple of those water lines were busted back there, so I'm replacing all the water lines. I'm not going to take the risk of something leaking and flooding and messing up all the work that I've done. So, you can see I put that transition threshold piece in there. It doesn't look too bad. It kind of matches it. It'll be under the door anyway, but it doesn't look too bad. So I better get a better look at my flooring here. My fake mahogany. Got my table, brought my table back in. That's the new table that I built. So to replace the old one, it was rotted. So I made a new table. It's kind of got a just use peel and stick tiles, and I glued them down. So for what it'll be used for, it looks a lot nicer than the one that was in here. I got that done. I've obviously had to rip this back open to get to my water lines to cut them all out so we can put new water lines in. So a better look at the floor. Yeah, this is all open. There's the water pump and the old water pump. Got all the water lines ripped out and ready to go. There's the gas line sticking up that would have been the gas line for the hot water heater, which I'm going to replace with one of those instant hot water heaters. So there's not going to be a tank. We're not going to go through that, and nothing in here is propane anymore. I'm getting ready to put the end cap onto the end of the countertops to cover up that rough edge. We're going to put that on there. There's a look at with the knobs on. I had to buy extensions for them. They're little short 1/2-inch extensions that go on them. But you can kind of see it on here. If I get down close enough, maybe you can see it. If the tarp would stay out of the way and give me some light. There's an extension behind those handles because after we added a 1/2-inch sheet of plywood to everything, handles obviously wouldn't reach. So even the long-handled ones. So I got those on. There's a little bit better look at the sconces. Obviously, I got the frame done here. I've still got to touch up the paint on that. I got a little bit of gray on the trim, so I got to fix that. But yeah, got all the curtain rods up and everything. Ready for curtains. They'll be here Monday. So, got all my handles on. Got a window to fix up there that got broke. I need to put in the holes for this because this is going to be my media cabinet. The only thing I didn't think about was how are you going to run stuff to plug things in? Well, you got a plug in right there, so I'm going to put a hole up in the bottom of that in the back where you can run whenever you're using it, you can just run the power line down and plug them right into the outlet there. Got all those windows on. You can see my curtain rods and everything are ready to roll. I've even got those windows open. It's kind of hot today. So that's ready to go. Better look at my backsplash in the sunlight. I've still got to paint that piece of trim yet. What else? That's really it. I've got the bathroom door ready to go back on, but I'm not putting it back up until I get the plumbing, obviously. I don't want to have to be opening and closing the door, running this plumbing in and finishing that up. I got to put the piece back on for that, the front face of that countertop. I've got it ready to go on. There's my light. The switch didn't end up where I wanted it to. It's kind of towards the back, but that was the way it worked out with my wiring. So you only had 2 directions you could put it 90 degrees either way, and either way I didn't like it, so that's where it ended up. So that's that. I got all the stuff for my plumbing and forgot about one thing. There's a shower in here, and it needs water too, so I need a couple more pipe fittings. Oh, well, you know, millionth trip of the week to the hardware store. So, you'll have that. I got the microwave. I brought it with me. I'm going to go ahead and put it in today. We'll get it in here and get it out of the way. I can get that stuff out of there. I can put the fridge back in. Starting to put it back together. It's slowly but surely, little by little. So, but I had several people wanting to know what I ended up doing with the floor. So that's what we did with it. It's kind of a black marble. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and then after I got it in here, I really do like it for the bathroom. You know, it kind of matches the countertop. You can't really see very well, but it kind of matches the countertop, just a little bit more pronounced marbling, obviously. But yeah, so it is what it is. We're getting there. Obviously, as soon as I get all the plumbing done, then it's just a matter of, obviously I got to put the sink back in and the faucet and all of that as soon as I get the plumbing run, and hang up the curtains, and then we're done. I mean, other than putting the cushions back in here, which I still have to get recovered. Yeah, we've been slacking on that. Had a little trouble finding somebody that would redo them for a decent price. It's amazing how much people charge to reupholster things. So, but we're getting there. It's looking every day more and more like something new, that's for sure. So, that's what we've got done. And as you can see here, little rule that I learned, little piece of advice: always make sure that you put that spray glue on the back of your peel and stick tile. Because you see this wall here, I glued every single one of those tiles, and look, nothing. They're perfect all the way around, and it's been like that for a couple weeks now, and they haven't moved a bit. I also started gluing up there when I put them on, and I got down to, as you can see, the last sets of tiles, and I'm like, well, this is completely sticky enough, it'll be fine. Yeah, it's obviously not fine, so I have to pull those back and now try to glue them on the wall where they stand so they don't mess the wall up or mess them up. So it's going to be more of a pain in the butt to do now. So I always recommend, and this is what you got here, this is what I used anyway, that's just general purpose spray adhesive. That's what a lot of people recommended, and it seemed to work really well. It worked really well on those tiles. So yeah, do not leave this out when you put peel and stick tiles on. Absolute must. Moisture, temperature changes, they're going to try to come off the wall. This will make sure that doesn't happen. So, at least not for a while. So, but yeah, that's where we're at. And I guess that's all for now. I'll let you know when we get the final project done, or if I run into anything else that that is something that I probably should have done in the first place, like that plumbing. I was really hoping to avoid it, but it is what it is.